All right, in the last video, it talked about the simplicity paradox, which talks about how sometimes ideas are so simple they're initially rejected. But now let's talk about the initial rejection bias, which is where sometimes you just say something and people are like, nope, not doing that. So if you've ever had an idea rejected like this, only to have it someone picked up back later, it probably means it's a good idea and they just didn't understand it. So that's more like the simplicity paradox. But let's talk about the initial rejection bias. So the initial rejection bias is the phenomenon where the first idea is initially dismissed by a person or group simply because it's first. And when coupled with the innate suspicion that something simple must be incomplete or inadequate, it further moves the person to reject it. So this can happen with like your partner when you're choosing a name for a baby. You say, how about this? And they say, nope, not doing that. So you gotta save your good ideas for later, right? It's the same thing with like choosing a place to eat. Sometimes it's better to just say, how about we go to McDonald's, so that they can throw away that idea and they can tell you a good idea later. So there's a proverb that says, the tallest poppy gets cut down. And this is kind of the idea that the person who sticks their neck out gets their head cut off, or the person that raises their hand, gets called out. Whoever's first to speak at a meeting often gets the most criticism. It describes this common psychological and social behavior that is often rooted in the status quo bias. It's a fear of standing out or trying to get social conformity. Oftentimes the initial proposal or idea is dismissed simply because it's the first to stand out. There's also an idea called anchoring resistance, where groups avoid the first idea because they worry it will set a fixed direction, or to use the idea tree analogy, it will create a trunk too early, and they want to keep their options open. People often believe that a good idea or the best idea must come after careful consideration and deliberation, not imagining that there could be someone out there who has the right idea. They just haven't been able to explain it correctly. Sometimes they just don't understand when you say something like what it actually means. And it's only through exploration and discussion and brainstorming that the group can unpack this depth of understanding for a somewhat simple solution, revealing that sometimes there's just an order of operations to things that you have to go through, and we'll kind of cover that later. So knowledge or understanding is often built layer by layer, drawing on foundational ideas that have already been established elsewhere. This is similar to mathematical proofs that build upon axioms or previously proven theorems. And informal reasoning, which would be not mathematical proofs, people rely on a kind of mental scaffolding or internal proof processes where ideas are validated based on established beliefs, past experiences, or accepted truths, and then they're built on. So Occam's razor asserts that simplicity often holds the best answer, yet highlights how simplicity must first be proven in merit before it's accepted. The idea is to kind of reason through proofs in a standing on the shoulders of giants type of way. So we'll cover that in the next chapter on mental scaffolding and informal proofs, which is essentially the method by which you're going to walk a person through getting to how you came up with the answer so that they won't initially reject it.